This fierce tornado, filmed on Friday night, destroyed anything in its wake. The twister tore through several rural towns, leaving a trail of destruction for more than 150 kilometers. Several people are still believed to be trapped under the rubble, and authorities say search and rescue operations are continuing.
Because we had to help dead bodies out of the house. So that is very disturbing. Like actually seeing people losing their lives over a bad weather like this, that is not nothing happy.
The area was also battered by a series of thunderstorms, and the National Weather Service said it had issued at least 24 tornado warnings during Friday night.
A country that can't catch a break. After years of drought, Somalia has now been hit with flash flooding following heavy rains. Local authorities are carrying out search and rescue operations. Most of the people who were killed was the result of a bridge collapsing. Several are still suspected to be alive and trapped under the rubble. Many homes were destroyed as the city of Bardhair was heavily flooded.
I was staying in my house until the break of dawn. That's when it happened. I heard this child in the house behind me. That's where I rescued him from.
And the UN is warning of a dramatic deterioration of living conditions, particularly for internally displaced people living in refugee camps. Somalia has been hit with regional conflicts, poor governance, and widespread poverty, to name a few. But chief among them, drought. The country's southern Gedo region has had 5 failed consecutive rainy seasons. It's the worst drought by far in the last 4 decades. And now, people are having to cope with the flooding.
The marine life at one of Australia's biggest tourism draw cards is under threat, with more than 500 reef-based species of fish, seaweed, coral and invertebrates on the decline. According to a study published in the journal Nature, over the past decade, marine species living on these reefs have declined drastically. The reason? Global heating. It's being considered as the main driver for the fall in number, with marine heat waves and rise in ocean temperatures also impacting these species. Researchers monitored some 1,060 species here. They found 57% of them had declined. Almost 300 of them were declining at a rate that could qualify as them being labeled as threatened species. The decline was the most marked in rocky kelp-dominated reefs in Australia's cooler southern waters, known collectively as the Great Southern Reef. The study even found that larger fish were declining faster than smaller ones, probably because of the pressure from fishing compounding and rising temperatures. They did caution, however, that species in cooler waters are facing so-called climate traps as well. Basically, marine life is facing a barrier that is stopping them from moving elsewhere, such as water temperature or the salinity of the water here. The researchers, they've also warned that warmer ocean temperatures were starting to push species to their limits.
The likely tornado touched down this afternoon just outside downtown Los Angeles. The rare jaw-dropping sight here, leaving at least 1 injured and buildings damaged. It's now the second tornado to hit the region in 24 hours. It's all connected to the 12th atmospheric river of the season that unleashed devastating winds and another torrent of water across California. Triggering mayhem and misery, the storm blew ashore as a rare bomb cyclone in the Bay Area, looking and feeling like a violent hurricane. 75-mile-an-hour winds toppled a big rig. With multiple people killed by falling trees, chaos unfolded on the roads. Drivers near Santa Cruz navigating through a gauntlet of downed trees and power lines, while at least 244,000 lost power. As pounding surf canceled ferry service, snow buried homes in the mountains. With sheets of water drenching Los Angeles, the city broke a rainfall record. Now, after swiftwater rescues in Arizona, this unforgiving storm delivering another rare sight in what feels like an endless season of wind and rain.